Thank you for letting me just taking a few minutes of your time here to run over the class that your student might be enrolled in. My name is Tad Klinger, and I'm welcoming you to the wonderful world of mathematics. Just a short intro on myself. My name is Tad Klinger. This is my 26th year to teach middle school math. I graduated from Northwestern Oklahoma State University. Go Rangers. I'm married with 5 adult children and 5 grandchildren. Just talking a little bit about the daily work that your students will be putting in. Daily work in my class is worth 10 points. Chapter tests are worth 100 points. So, it averages out. We probably have, anywhere from 8 to 10 assignments, and then we'll have a chapter test. The weighting of the grades. If your student's enrolled in pre-algebra, the daily work is worth 50% of the grade, and the test grades are worth the other 50%. Now it's a little bit different if your students are enrolled in algebra. The daily work's still 10 points, the chapter tests are still 100 points, but it's the weighting that's different. The daily work is only worth 35% of their grade. Tests are boosted up to 55%, and then the final itself is 10% of their grade. So algebra, the daily work is not going to carry them as much. They really need to do well on those tests to keep those grades up. Supply list for both classes, either class they're enrolled in. We work in a spiral notebook every day. Even though they submit most of their assignments in on Canvas, all of the work should be shown in a spiral notebook. We spent a day setting that notebook up earlier in the year. There's actually a video online they can go back and look at if need to set a new one up at some point, because we'll probably fill one up and need another one throughout the year. So a spiral notebook, 70-page, wide ruled. They need a pencil to work in class every day. It's preferred that they have a red pen, because we do go over their work. I do cover their work each day and give them opportunities to see where they might have missed. I've worked the problems out and have them on the board, and we go through them. Suggested but not mandatory is a Texas Instrument 30XS multi-view calculator. I have a class set of those, and they're free to use those, but it's sometimes better for them to have their own, especially for use at home. It is important that they get this calculator. There is another model that has I think it's got a Roman numeral 2 in between the 30 and the X. It's a little bit cheaper, but it's not the same calculator. This is a calculator that they'll be able to use on their state test each year, I think all the way up through at least algebra, maybe even algebra 2. So not mandatory, but it's suggested. I do have a wish list. We scotch tape a lot of things into that spiral notebook from time to time. We just did in pre-algebra, we just did property foldables, and once we made those foldables, they taped them into their notebook. And so we go through a lot of tape. Pencils, always can use pencils. One subject spiral notebooks. Throughout the year, these notebooks are going to get filled up, and students will need new ones. Sometimes they don't have them when they need them, so it's advantageous for me to have some here on hand. Hand sanitizer, we're going through it by the bucket this year, so if any hand sanitizer would be appreciated. Last thing, if you need to contact me, my plan period is 6th hour, which is 2:30 to 3:25. My phone here at school is 918-259-4590. My email is tklinger@baschools.org, and you can always message me through Canvas if you're an observer in the class, in your student's class. So I hope this provides you a little insight into the way this class works, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I look forward to meeting you hopefully at some point during the year.